Kathleen Kennedy needs to go. And you gave Rian Johnson his own trilogy? Miss me.
Going in, I think that Force Awakens was the worst Star Wars ever in history. I hated every bit of that movie, and I don't like this new one. I don't like this new girl that they got playing this Jedi. I think that she's just way too overpowered. Like, she just has way too much power with the Force. Like, she doesn't even have to learn how to use a lightsaber. Like, come on. Like, this is the best that they came up with. It's just annoying to me.
Who you was trying to impress there? Disney, Rian Johnson? I guess so, because you get to make a new trilogy.
Yeah.
But fuck them.
They fucked up the philosophy.
And
that's the thing that I care about. And that was what drew me to Star Wars in the first place.
Yes.
And this one just, it could have been anything.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, it could have been anything.
Forget the past. Forget these nuts.
Of course. And the philosophy, like you said, the philosophy of the Jedi ways and just everything that Star Wars was.
Yes.
It's like they started over already, right? In the last episode. They didn't have to kill everything we knew before to just start over.
WTF, what the fuck are they doing? Was when Rey gives the lightsaber to Luke and he fucking chucks it over his shoulder. The fuck was that for?
As a moviegoer, I give Star Wars The Last Jedi a C-. Mediocre! Ugh. And that's being generous. As a Star Wars film, as me being a fan and knowing what about Star Wars, bruh, I give this movie a F-, nigga. Trash, garbage, fail. This is a trash movie, bruh. F-.
I didn't like it.
I hate this movie. I despise this movie's existence. I hate this movie so much. Do you know what I think? Let me go ahead and rank this movie amongst all the Star Wars. It's dead last.
But what do they do to my boy Finn every time? Like, what is he doing? He's supposed to be a pivotal part in the Star Wars. He's the only black motherfucker in Star Wars. And they bullshit on him every time. There's two fucking movies. There's only one left. What are they going to do? What are they going to do now? There's only one left.
You can like Finn, that's fine.
His performance was, I mean, what they did with his character was worse
Trash.
in this movie. But I still...
I'd rather like the slave Finn with the jacket running away from the First Order like a slave, like he was drinking water with elephants, getting his back whipped, than watching this shit. Yeah. You derailed. What they did with Finn pissed me off entirely because I said, what am I watching? Don't show me this. Why am I looking at this? Why am I looking at BB-8? Fight BB-8.
You got this black guy. They sold you on the fact that this black guy is going to be a Jedi. They made you think that. You see him with the lightsaber. You're like, oh, shoot. A black Jedi besides Mace Windu. It's on. It's popping. It's gonna be dope. Then you watch the movie, and this dude, you know what I mean? He's like a freaking runaway slave for half of the movie. He's a runaway slave. He's like, oh, I gotta get away from the Empire. Like, dude, you just betrayed the Empire. Now you want to just run away? Like, you're not gonna stand, you're not gonna fight. Then he decides when he meets the white girl, oh, I'm gonna be a soldier now. It reignited my will to fight. So now he's using the lightsaber and everything. And you thinking, oh, he's gonna be a Jedi. No, he's not a Jedi in this one. She goes with him to this planet, to this casino. And it takes you out of the movie.
Yeah, I really no idea what that entire thing was about. Because in the end, they added nothing to the mission. In fact, they almost got everyone killed. And then there was this whole kamikaze thing where Rose wasn't going to allow John Boyega's character, Finn, to fly into the battering ram and save everyone. And instead was going to sacrifice her life to save him. Where I was like, if you're going to go ahead and sacrifice your life, why didn't you just go ahead and sacrifice your life to go into the battering ram and then everyone's saved, not just the person you love? And then her whole speech about this war is not about hate, but about the love worth saving. and I almost just vomited. Just, oh God, like that was, it came out of nowhere. Just like, oh, by the way, we want to ram this theme in here somehow.
When Rose saves Finn, you know, I was actually fine with him killing himself. I actually was fine with him sacrificing himself to save them. I really was, and I was like, oh, look at that. There's a change in his character, and she saves him. It's like, what the fuck is this shit? What the fuck are y'all doing? That whole scene, she kisses him and passes out, and laying there right in front of all the walkers, and not one of them, nobody gets shot. It was so stupid. I was like, what the fuck is going on here, man? That whole casino scene also was just a throwaway scene. It just did that whole story. It never needed to even be in there. You know what I mean?
So the First Order, they got what they deserve, guys. They were dumbasses in this film. As far as military commanders, I don't see why they are the threat that they are, because they are fucking dumbasses. They let the Resistance actually land on that planet when they could have stopped them hours ago.
When Poe gets on that fucking space intercom with the space Nazis, and he's like, oh, can't hear you. All right, yeah, wait, hello, who is this? Huh? Yeah, the guy's kind of scary looking or whatever. I don't know, whatever he was saying. And I was like, is this for real? I literally remember in the theater thinking, is this for real? Like, is he, wait, oh, this was supposed to be funny. Gotcha.
But when you make them comedic, when you make them incompetent, suddenly they don't feel like a threat. Suddenly you think, oh, is this Resistance actually good, or are they terrorists?
And I don't like being insulting to filmmakers, guys. But he's a hack writer. He's arrogant. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. You don't do that to Luke Skywalker. You don't fuck up the whole mechanics of space travel. In every Star Wars film we've seen, the ships have gone in gun blazing. You have never heard anybody say, oh, we're out of range. We gotta wait. We just pick them off one at a time. You never heard shit like we're out of fuel. It's just, what the fuck are you talking about, man?
Like, the main bad guy, Snoke. You find nothing out about Snoke. There's nothing new. You don't know who he is, how he showed up, why he's a Sith Lord, how did he become a Sith Lord? Nothing. You know why? Because they killed him. Yes, they killed Snoke. Whoa, like, how you gonna top that? Like, you killed the main bad guy.
He didn't care about, answering the questions that J.J. Abrams posed in the first film, and I don't even understand how that even gets by. I mean, how do you not answer things that were in the first film? And this is a sequel.
So a lot of people right now believe that he's not dead. If he's not dead, that will be perfect. Because if he is dead, that is so fucking stupid.
And, all of the leaders of the Republic are, like, dead. And you think Leia's dead, too. You're like, damn. Okay, I see they had to end it because Leia, Carrie Fisher, she died real life. So, okay, they had to find a way to end it.
Leia lives with her not being alive now. As a fan, you're sitting in the theater and you're like, okay, I expected this. Like, a lot of people were just like, I expected this. I expected it. All right, this is how she's gonna go out. All right, cool, we get it.
It's like, wow, they had, hell of a foreshadowing. Nope, Leia still lives.
But then, when the camera was on her a little bit too long, I was like, wait a minute. But even before she twitched, I was like, is she alive? And I'm like, holy shit. All of a sudden, she does the Batman v Superman. But she forces her way over. A lot of people thought it was stupid, and I heard some people in certain theaters, they said the crowd was laughing.
And and it's the biggest WTF moment in Star Wars. She literally opens her eyes and freaking force pulls herself back onto the ship, like just out of the blue, like no explanation how she does this. She just does it. And you're just supposed to be like, okay, we're doing that now. Like, we're just like, no Jedi before Leia has ever force pulled themselves out of space back onto the ship. Like, who does that? Like, okay, I can see if maybe a Jedi did it before. Maybe, yeah, you're supposed to be able to do that. Use the Force to come back. But Leia is not a Jedi, and she has never used the Force to do anything except for call out Luke's name and feel Luke's presence. I get that. She's Force sensitive. Makes sense. But she's not a Jedi. She's not a Jedi. And she's not supposed to be able to do that. That doesn't make sense.
She didn't want to be a Jedi. She didn't actively practice the Force. And as far as I'm concerned, I guess we could say, well, she probably did it in private. I mean, she could do things. She probably did this. Maybe Luke showed her something. But we don't know that. So for her to be blown out of a ship and not even killed, being blown out of a ship, could you imagine? The impact alone seemed like, and the explosion and everything, sounded like that would have just killed them instantly. So she's blown out of the ship. She's floating there. And she comes back to life. And she flies back to the Resistance ship. And I'm just thinking, what is the Force? I don't understand the Force anymore. I mean, the properties are just different. It's like the Force actively has its own mind. Is the Force an entity? Is the Force a thinking property? Is the Force just something that's there and we just use it because we have the ability? I don't understand the Force anymore. I don't know what the fucking Force is. They need to make the next film called Star Wars, Understanding the Force. I don't know what the Force is anymore.
You saw, like, if given better material, Mark Hamill was willing to step up to the plate.
It was like he was waiting for something, like a good line to just like, I'm here, you know?
So,
and it was just always
underhanded.
Yeah,
right.
Given, he's like, all right, I'm going to still be true to myself, be true to Luke, because it was Luke. It's just what they...
Yeah, exactly.
What the fuck are you doing? Was when Luke, we find out that Luke was an illusion. I've already been through this. It was too fucking cool to see him come out and, see all the, the walkers shoot at him and it didn't do a goddamn thing to him. I was like, goddamn, we are seeing this super powerful Luke Skywalker Jedi. It was kind of like this for me. Oh, he's an illusion. Oh, he's an illusion. He's not really there. God damn it.
This is an example of big money coming in, Disney.
Big money, Disney.
I mean, we cool.
No, Disney's my boy, yeah.
We cool and all.
Disney's
but
my boy, son.
And now I know why Mark Hamill felt away, because I bet he had stronger feelings about this, but he couldn't say it. But still, he gave it his all. Because I will say, I got emotional at some parts.
I did too.
It looked like
it was the conflict, the stress.
The work he was given was very like, all right, and he just gave it his all. So I'll give him that.
Yeah, I agree.
But fuck him.
And I don't understand how the critics are going crazy about this movie. Like, these critics are freaking idiots. Like, this movie is a mess. It's a mess. I don't understand why they wrote this movie like this. I hate this movie, and I don't want to see it again. I don't. It's just not good.